what a game we got in exactly 2.5 hours from now. And it is for Western Supremacy, not in the NFC, but probably in the NFL. I will say this. If Herbert had two tackles, and I love Denver, you guys know that up here, those teams will give these two teams and the Rams problems. Matter of fact, I'll say it now. The three best teams in football are on the NFC West, and throwing Denver, the four best teams in the NFL are on the West Coast. And we'll see Denver probably in 2 weeks, depending on who they're playing. But tonight it's about these two coaches. And these two coaches are magnificent. One, a defensive wizard. The other one, of course, you could argue is the best coach going right now with McVay. And we'll start with Kyle Shanahan. He loses his two best players, in Bosa and Warren. McCaffrey has stood tall this year, and he is my MVP. Um, what a year for CMC. Purdy is now turning it up a notch. As I'm looking at, I guess, this defensive slugfest in the rain in Tampa, 10-7 Tampa near halftime. Uh, Again, uh, we look at the 49ers, Salah has done a tremendous job with that defense. Shanahan pushing all the buttons. How could you not like the direction this team is going? And if they win tonight, everything goes through Palo Alto, Levi Stadium, because the Super Bowl is there. What a play by Baker Mayfield. Anyway, Seattle wins. You're going to have to go up to that madhouse, up to Quest Field. Of course, you're going to have media, people riding on the Bears jock. I think the only team that can go up there and beat both of them, whoever has the home field, is LA. And I think LA is going to make a deep run. To me, LA is still the best team of football, and they're my favorite to win the bowl, not just they're there to win. And I think the NFC, except for the winner of this game, is wide open. And don't count out Philly, even though Philly is, I'll play when I want to play. They got that attitude. But the bottom line is, these two teams tonight is going to give you a heavyweight fight. And I'm going to be glad to call this game. What's up, Chief? Happy New Year, buddy. Keith Chief in the building. I'm very, very happy to call this game tonight. And the winner is going to get home field. The winner is going to be tough to beat in their building. If I had to pick between the two, who wins in their building? Mace, Happy New Year, Uncle. Happy New Year to you too, young man. I'm about to wish you Happy New Year in the chat. I mean, I think the key is LA secondary. That is going to be the key. And for the other two teams, Seattle, they got to get that running game ignited. I don't know how they're going to do it, but they have to do it. Take that ball out of Sam Donald's hands as possible. And for San Francisco, as crazy as this may sound, Let Brock Purdy beat you. So that's to me is the key to this game tonight. And after tonight, there's no important games. I'm not going to be up here tomorrow night for Baltimore and Pittsburgh. I cannot stand those two teams. They are boring when they play together. I like a game like what you're going to get tonight in San Francisco. And I'll be back to call that game at 8 o'clock Eastern Time. I mean, what can you say? It's Frisco's offense against Seattle's defense. That's the game right there. Do I think Sam Donald can move the football on San Francisco? Maybe. I don't know with him. And that's one of the reasons why I say take the football out of his hands and let Walker the fourth beat you. Or let Sam Donald beat you. That's what I would say. How I would play this. Gold Professor in the building. So I'm looking at this game, folks, and right now it's pouring rain in Tampa, and they're trying to take a 13-7 lead into the locker room. It is pouring in Tampa. Kick is up. Right, there's a flag on the field. Todd Bowles always got that smile on his face. Yeah. Oh, the flag is on. So 13-7 Tampa at halftime. What's up, Danny? Danny Barry in the building. Get ready for spring training on spring training and on Valentine's Day. That's exactly 6 weeks from tonight. Spring training opens for the baseball season. But back to this war tonight. Um, I don't know what to think. Do I think the Niners is the best team? No, I don't. I think if I had to rank them, LA 1, Seattle 2, 49ers, Bears in the NFC, Eagles 5, Green Bay 6, and the winner of this game is 7. That makes up the NFC. You know? Matter of fact, I'll put the Packers over these two teams for sure. And what you have is heavy at the top, and then it's a big fall off. I put Green Bay in the middle, and then it's the Eagles, and then the winner of this game tonight. I have no shot against the loser of tonight's late game. You got to go with the team that loses tonight, especially with Seattle. Seattle 15-2 their last 17 home games. That's very impressive. Very, very impressive. So, as far as the Seahawks go, hey, look, I believe they're one of these teams, folks, that If they lose tonight, they're going to go to the winner of this game right now and take care of business, knowing they have a shot at a rematch with the 49ers. I don't think it matters. I think it matters more to San Francisco if they lose tonight. You know, and I expect this to be a bang up rock'em sock'em game. I talked about this earlier this morning about the Troy Aikman situation in Miami. I will not believe anything that goes on there until I see a a GM hired that was nothing to do with that building. And until then, it's just a story. It's nothing I don't take seriously until I see action. That's what I say about that. The loser of tomorrow night's game between Baltimore and Pittsburgh, the coach is gone. I will only say this to that. If Tomlin loses, they will trade Tomlin because they know there's teams out there who's going to win him. Harbaugh too, but I think Baltimore is probably going to do the same thing. But it wouldn't surprise me if he loses, they fire him on Monday or Tuesday. You know, and what a bore fest that game is going to be tomorrow. Game is in Pittsburgh. It'll probably be cold out there. Rogers out to prove a point as he always wants to. But we'll see about that game. We'll see. I don't know what to tell you with that one. You know, when that game is over, I'll be asleep, of course. I'm not going to even take a look at that game. That tells you how much those two teams have really bored me through the years. So, what else we got tomorrow? Well, you got the Denver, Jacksonville, New England triangle. If New England loses and Jacksonville wins, Jacksonville is the 2 seed. New England wins, Jacksonville is the 3 seed. So, appreciate you, Gold. Thank you, buddy. Shout out to Gold Professor with the Cash App. Appreciate that. Gold Professor hitting me up with a nickel bag. Appreciate that. So, very kind of him. He's still in the building. I'm gonna let him up in a minute. Just checking my mail lately. Then, if he's still in the building, I'll let him up for a little bit. I'm gonna save my voice and get ready for later tonight, which I believe is gonna be a hell of a game. So I can tell you. Appreciate you. Go and always say, I appreciate you too, man. Thank you so much, man. He's in class, so I let him do what he do. I mean, this is the quietest week 18 other than tonight's game. I mean, there's nothing going on tomorrow. It's so bad tomorrow that I'm gonna do the Dolphin game up here at 4:30, and I think that game is on locally here in New York for me because New England is playing for something, and here in the Northeast they show you the team unless and Dallas is playing the Giants tomorrow, so they can get Dallas and the Patriots and give you that doubleheader. The Jets on my local CBS affiliate at 4:30 against the Bills. No Josh Allen tomorrow. For you fantasy players playing for a championship, no Josh Allen, no Justin Herbert, no Jordan Love, no uh, Matthew Stafford. So those are the guys not playing tomorrow. So again, another shout out to Go Professor. Uh, as far as this game is tonight, again, uh, it's like I said, it's going to come down to San Francisco's offense against Seattle's defense. I don't know if you're going to get another good performance from Kenneth Walker III. And to me, Kenneth Walker III is the key to the whole N.F.C. If he runs, Seattle's going to be really tough to beat. In Seattle on the road, they're 15-2. They win tonight. They'll be 16-2 on the road since that man is taken over as head coach, Coach Mack. Let me repeat that. They win tonight 16-2 on the road the last 2 years. That's not a fluke, folks. That's a man who prepares his team ready to dominate on the road. They don't care if they play you in Quest or on the road. They're coming to kick your ass. And I like that about them. It says a lot about them. On the other side, Purdy's on fire right now. And what it is about Brock Purdy is he has no Brandon Ayuk anymore to deal with. He has no Debo Samuel to deal with. Guys who will be yelling at him, demanding the football. Now he got guys he can work with, and he has a great relationship with George Kittle. And now you see our offense that's flowing more and more. Jennings is in his group, and San Francisco look like a 12-4 football team. Rams are going to go 13-4. Seattle's already 13-3. They win tonight. They go 14-3. Niners go to 12-5. Niners go to San Francisco. How the hell would you like to be? Australians? Yeah. How would you like to be the Eagles if the Niner gang comes back to town? I don't think Philadelphia will want none of that. Definitely, the fans won't want it. So Let me see. Came on. Undo it. Came on a couple minutes late. As you know, I want to talk about the Dolphins tomorrow. I'm gonna do that game at 4:30 Eastern time, really 4:25. But I'm gonna do that game tomorrow. And what I'm interested to see is Quinn Ewers, a kid who I loved at Texas. Can he do what he has to do to win that job? I'll tell you one thing. He gets into a shootout tomorrow with Drake May and holds his own. I don't see the Dolphins spending any capital on the draft pick because next year is the draft. Next year, if Ewers or whoever they're going to bring in looks suspect, your number one priority in that juggernaut draft will be to take a quarterback in 27. Not this year. Wait till 27. The reason why is the crop in 27, they will have 3 seasons of playing football, except for Arch Manning. So it's going to be a good quarterbacks draft in 2027. My advice is if you are a fan of a team, I would wait to 2027 to get your quarterback because we got a lot of them coming out in 2027. So that's what I can tell you. That 27 is going to be a bonanza. This will be the quarterback draft of the millennium. So if you need a quarterback, wait till next year. Mendoza definitely going to the Raiders. The kid from Oregon, who knows? And the kid from Alabama sucks. So there you go. So got a couple more minutes here, then I'm out. Uh, Looking around the league tomorrow, what you have? Yeah, I'm gonna watch Cornelius tomorrow. I hope he does well, and the Dolphins don't have to waste a draft pick on a quarterback. And I think he will do well tomorrow. And we'll be there at 4:30 Eastern. Or really, let me get it right. 4:20 Eastern. I'll come on a couple of seconds before the kickoff. Let me see if that game I get locally tomorrow. Oh man, I hope I do. And so far, I have seen nothing but slop in this Tampa Bay game. This feels strange, but the football season is over tomorrow. Yep, that's the game I get locally. Dolphins and Patriots tomorrow. So I don't. All I could do is just turn around and just do the game. That's what I plan to do. So my doubleheader on Fox tomorrow is Cowboys Giants. You know I'm not gonna be watching that game. Let me see what I get at 1 o'clock on CBS tomorrow. All right, the weather is cleaned up. It's cleared up. in Tampa. Right here we get Indianapolis and Houston on on CBS tomorrow. And then the Jet game. So basically, I'll be watching no football tomorrow. And two, the Dolphins and Pats tomorrow. I love the Dolphins tomorrow. I jumped over. I took the 10.5. I mean, I love what they're doing now with the structure. If you keep this coach, I don't mind because he's going to what he does best, power football. And I tell you, H.M., right? Go draft a big power back to get a tough third and one, third and inches. And, this team is ready to go. Where I would draft if I was the Dolphins, I would go. I would go offensive guard or tackle, an edge, an end rusher, safety, a big receiver, something that whoever's going to be the quarterback doesn't have. Those are the places I would go. That's what I would look at if I'm the Dolphins. You have to hit on the draft. See, the problem with the Dolphins is they draft very poorly. And they have nothing to show for their squad since Jason Taylor and Zach Thomas walked out that door. Think about what I'm saying to you folks. Since 2006, the Dolphins have not one player they drafted that is worth being proud of. You know how bad that is? They flopped on the 20 and 21 drafts where they had three number ones in each draft, and they flopped there. Well, all that draft capital they couldn't draft. You got some bum named Eichenberg left. Are you serious? Nice play by Bryce Young. They're at the Tampa Bay 33-yard line, and they're driving. The weather is cleared up now in Tampa, so we should get some scoring here in the second half. God, I hope so. But yeah, uh, that's where I look at the Dolphins where they should address in the draft. They got to draft well these next 5 years. They got to hit on their draft picks, and the players have to be on the field. I don't care how they're on the field. They have to be on the field. Well, we'll do more Dolphins tomorrow. Let's see. So Houston and Indianapolis, who cares tomorrow? Houston's in, Indy's been eliminated. Chargers have no tackles moving forward. So you know Herbert ain't gonna go far, even though I think he will put on a superhuman show next week as they go to Jacksonville right now. We don't know yet, but right now they're going to Jacksonville. Buffalo is going back to New England for a third time. And the winner of tomorrow night's game will play the Texans. Good luck with that. Good luck with that. It's like the loser of tonight's game goes here to either Tampa or Carolina. For these two teams, good luck with that. So, I just don't see it. Bears Packers next weekend. I bet you that will be the Monday night game If Chicago wins, they're going to be home next Sunday anyway. That's the way the networks want it. They want Chicago on Sunday. Or whoever Green Bay plays, that will be Sunday. They would love a Green Bay, San Francisco, or Green Bay, Seattle, as the Panthers are going to line up to kick a field goal. So, in the NFC and AFC, they will go with Josh Allen. So if it's Patriots, Buffalo next week for the third time, that will probably be your two Sunday games next Sunday. Kick is no good. You can't make this shit up. So, and they will bury Jacksonville on Saturday, and they will bury whoever, like if it's San Francisco or Seattle loser, that game will be a week from today. So they get the two BS games out of the way. They may put no, they're not going to put the Bears and Packers. Maybe they'll put them on a Saturday night because they're going to put these games Jacksonville against the Chargers right now, the way it stands, and on Jacksonville and the Bills. It all depends. So, I am now a fan of television, so I cannot tell you these TV shows, nor do I care. So, well, I'm out of here. I'll see you guys in 2 hours for the big game tonight. I didn't even touch this game. That's how much I think this game is going to be a close game. Purdy's on fire, and the Seahawks, they got work to do. I'll see you in a couple hours, everybody. Enjoy your dinner throughout the east and midwest part of the country. Talk to you later.